His presence brings and increases strength to the weary, power to the weak. His presence picks up the fallen. That's why so many people that have fallen and backslid, they're not getting back up because they're avoiding the presence. It's the presence that, well, I can't go into God's presence, because I mess up, and that's the time you need to be in it the most. Well, I was out drinking in a bar last night, and I got drunk, and I did think, well, you need to be here this morning because you need to get back into his presence, because it's his presence that will sustain you. It's not you sustaining you. Well, I did the most god-awful things this past week, and how can I come in here? I'd be a hypocrite to come in here after doing all those things, lifting up my hands and worshiping God, and the devil be right in your ear saying, you hypocrite. No, you're not a hypocrite. When we fail, when I am weak, then I am strong. I am not strong and never weak. When I am weak, I am strong. The time we need to be in church is when our weaknesses have overwhelmed us so that God's presence can overwhelm the weakness. And quit being a religious person and start being someone that lives in the presence of God. And you know what I found out? I found that I've never cussed when I'm speaking in tongues. I've been drunk in the spirit, but that didn't have anything to do with alcohol, but I've never been both. You see, if you'll get full of one, you'll not be affected by the other. And a lot of times we're just trying to avoid the other in our own strength, in our own ability, and we inevitably end up falling. Why do we? Because take heed if you think you stand, lest you should fall. I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. One of the best things that ever happened in my life is when I fell. Why? Because there was pride in that, being able to live right and being able to do what is right. And it was good that I was living right, but it wasn't that good that I was taking the credit for living right. You know how you live right? It's so simple. You don't memorize the whole Bible to live right. You know how you live right? I'll tell you how you live right. Come over here. You just let Jesus take you by the hand, and you just walk where he tells you to walk. And if you can't live right, just follow him. He lives right everywhere that he goes. He doesn't have a problem with living right. He live right in his might, not in your own. Thank you.